Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we will see how we can work with multiple tabs and windows using the APIs available in the Selenium library. We will be exploring these four APIs in detail. Let us start by taking a look at what a handle is. As you see on the screen, we have two windows open. The first window has two tabs open and the second window has one tab open. When these tabs or windows are launched from the Selenium WebDriver, then Selenium assigns a unique string handle to these tabs. Since we have three tabs here, so there will be three handles, one for the each tab associated. Let us now take a look at the working code for the first API, getWindowHandle. As you see, we have created an instance of Chrome driver. After that, we are loading this application Orange HRM live. After that, we are invoking the first API, that is getWindowHandle. So it will give us the handle of this tab and we are printing that out on the console. Let us execute and try this. Okay, it's loading. Yeah. So if we now take a look at the console, this is the handle which has got printed. Another important point to note is that this handle will change every time when we re-execute the program. So now I have terminated the program, and now if we re-execute it, we would get another handle. So let us try that out. So we have executed this program now. Okay, so as we see, the handle has got printed. Now if we compare it with the previous value, this value is different. So this confirms that handle is only active for a given session. Next API is new window, and here we need to pass the window type. So this is an enumeration. It has two values. With the help of this API, either we could create a new tab or we could create a new window. So what that means is, now let's say if we have two tabs open here, and if we pass the enum value as tab, then it will launch a new tab. And if we pass the enum value as window, then it will create a new window, which will be altogether a different window. Let us try this out. Here, as you see, we have invoked this API, the new window, and we have passed the enum value as WindowType.tab. So this will open the second tab, and then it will open this NOP Commerce demo application inside it. Again, we are calling the API getWindowHandle, the API 1, and then we are printing the handle. So now we should get two handles printed on the console. I am executing this program now. Okay, as we see, it has opened both the applications. And now if we take a look at the console, we have two handles printed. Okay, now moving further to the second version of this API. Yeah, so here now we, instead of tab, we will open a new window. So it will now open a new window and open the google.com application in it. Then again we are getting the window handle and we will print it. I've executed this now. So as we see, it has launched the second tab. Now it has launched the second window. Yeah, and it has printed the three handles in the console. Yes. Okay, so with this, we have seen the demo for the second API, both for the new tab and the new window. If we now move further, let us take a quick look at the third API, which is getWindowHandles. So now we have two windows and three tabs open, right? So if we want to get the handles of all the open tabs, then we could make use of this API, getWindowHandles. So let us see how to use this API. As we see here, it returns a set of string, right? So this set of string will contain all the handles. So since there are three open tabs, so it will have three values inside it, and we are printing these values by iterating through the set. So let us execute this and see. So we should get the same values what we have printed above. Okay, so if we now take a look, yeah, so it has printed the three handles by traversing through the set that was returned by getWindowHandles API. So with this, we have covered the third API. Okay, let us move further. Now let us take a look at the fourth API. The fourth API is switch to window handle. Yeah, so as we saw in this API, whenever we are creating a new window or a new tab, the focus is already getting set to the new window or new tab, and any commands which we are performing like driver.getTitle are being performed on the new window, new tab. So now if we want to execute any driver command on the previously opened windows, then we could make use of this API driver.switchTo. We need to pass the handle that we need to set as the active window. So let us see a working demo of this. Okay, so here we are on the window with the title Google up till here, and now if from line number 39, so we are printing the title, so it should print the title as Google, right? And then we are doing a thread dot sleep just to see that switch actually happens. When we do a switch, that window will actually be brought to the forefront as we would see. And here in line number 41, we are switching to handle 1, which is the first window that we opened, that is the orange HRM live window. So then we would see that it is actually coming in the front. Okay, let us execute and try this out. Yeah, so as you see, the orange HRM window has come to the front, right? Okay, so with this we have covered all the four APIs. So there are two additional scenarios. Let us go through these as well. Yeah, so the first one is if we open the tab by clicking on a hyperlink, then in that particular case, the focus will not by default get shifted to that tab. The active window will still be the previous window from where the link is getting clicked. Okay, let us take this example. When the user clicks on this hyperlink, it will open a new tab. However, the old tab will remain as the active tab for the Selenium WebDriver. Any command that we would send would get routed to this tab only. In case if we want to route the actions to any other tab, we have to change the active window. Let us try this out. Here, as you see, we are clicking on the link which we just saw, this one, and then we are printing the title. So it would print this title instead of this particular title, the new title, right? It will print the title of the old tab. If you see, the title of the newly opened tab and the earlier tab is different. So here in this case, it will still print the title of this tab because this window is still active. Yeah, so it is important to note this difference. There are two ways in which we are launching the tab. In the first case, we have created a new tab by making use of the API WindowType.tab, new window, and passing the argument as WindowType.tab. In this particular case, it is opening the new tab and it is also setting that new tab as the active window. However, when we are opening a new tab by clicking on a link, in that case, it is not setting the new tab as the active tab. Okay, so let us try this out. Yeah, so as we see on the console, it has printed the title of the first tab, that is orange HRM. Okay, so now moving to the last scenario. If we are calling driver.close, it will close the current tab. And if that tab is the active tab, then the driver will not point to any of the active tab. It means if we are now executing any further command, it will fail. It will throw an exception. Before we actually now execute any command, we need to set an active tab, right? So let us try this out. Okay, so here we are saying driver.close. It will close the currently active. We are already on the currently active tab and it will close the tab, right? And now if we are trying to print driver.getTitle, right? So then it will throw an exception. Let us try this out. Yeah. So as we see, it has thrown an exception, no such window exception, right? Yeah, so it is as expected. So if we want to make this work, then we first have to set another window as the active window, switch active window to make it work. So we could say like driver.switch to window handle. If you switch this and then if you try to print the title, then it would work. Let me quickly summarize what we have covered today. The first API we covered is getWindowHandle. This returns the handle of the active tab. Then we saw how to create a new window by passing the enum window type, which has two values, WindowType.window or WindowType.tab. So this will create a new tab or a new window, and also it will switch the focus to it. Then we saw driver.getWindowHandles API. So this returns the set of handles. Then we saw switch to window handle. So here we pass the handle ID and then it sets the focus to the this window. I hope the session was useful. Do let me know in comments if you have any queries. Thank you.